What is up, guys? It's your boy No Shoes coming at you live here from the draft room. We are set to break down PCL Season 9 draft breakdown for the Boston Celebis, going over the whole team, all the picks that we had this season for the squad. Let me tell you, I've got a really nice looking squad, really good looking team. Really excited to jump into this. I think for once the majority problem with my team is going to be picking 6 mons to go each week. I don't think I'll have many matchup problems this season as the team looks really solid. Got a lot of insight, a lot of help with this draft. So shout out to those guys that helped me with this draft. And let's get ready here. PCL Season 9. Let's break it down. First pick, drafted about 7th, was Victini. So I really looked at Victini. It was a very value first round pick. It sat at 16 points. Max was like 18, so it was a little bit farther down. But I was really excited to look into Gritnet. It's base 100 across the board, but you can run it. Victini. The good thing about Victini is you run it Scarf, you run it Banded, you run an E-Belt. You can run pretty much a lot of different sets on it. And then just V-Create things to death. Like V-Create just hits so hard for most of the match that you really just don't need. You really have to have a fire weakness when going up against a Victini. Something like a Flash Fire Mon or just a fire, something that really takes those fire hits well. And I was really excited to grab Victini. There's not a whole lot of checks to Victini in draft, or not a whole lot of counters, I should say. There's a lot of checks to Victini, but there's not a whole lot of hard counters to Victini in draft. And I was really, really excited when I picked this one up. So like I said, I drafted like 7th out of 16. And I was really excited about my draft placement because it allowed me to get this mon in particular that I was really, really looking forward to as a mid first round pick. And on top of that, I don't have to wait as long to come back. Like, there's just not enough gap between the two picks to where really my draft plan just kind of falls apart. I just got to keep looking in these mid value picks and just keep picking these mid value picks. I won't have to worry about it too much about getting sniped or anything like that. So my next pick, the core part of my core, I drafted first 3 picks right off the bat. Victini was the first one. The next pick was Tangrowth, and I love having Tangrowth on this team. Regenerator is going to be very helpful this season. Big bulky boy here. Throw an assault vest on it. Throw a Rocky helmet on it. Run it offensive for a match or two if you need to. Power whip knockoff is huge as you just knock off items and force people to keep recycling. And like I said, regenerator, you just switch out, get back so much health. You don't need a recover move or synthesis on it. You don't have to worry about moves like that because you just regenerate your health back. I don't think it gets any turn moves, like U-turn would be the only one that I would get, and I don't think it gets U-turn. But this thing is so good paired next to Victini. Really takes on those bulky waters well that Victini just doesn't like to handle. Yes, Victini has the T-Bolt and the Thunder coverage and Bolt Strike and can check them, but bulky waters like Suicune and Melodic and things like that, Quagsire and Swampert, really especially because of the immunity to ground or immunity to electric, really do hurt Victini. So having Tangrowth there as something to sit in front of those bulky waters, go toe to toe with them like in a heavyweight match is really, really key. And like I said before, I got my core team, first 3 picks. Third pick, I got probably one of the best Victini counters, and that's Greninja. Went ahead, scooped up Greninja. Last season, Greninja was actually like 12 points. This season, they moved it up. It's torn only, so I don't have Battle Bond, don't have Protein, obviously. But Greninja is so good. Base 122 speed, really, really one of the fastest things in this format. Just Water Shuriken, Shadow Sneak, Sucker Punch, Water Dark, great combination. You can run it special, you can run it physical. Really, really good coverage moves. And more importantly, it has U-turn too. So like right now, I'm forming a strong little turn core. Strong, just in and out, regenerator, Tangrowth for health. Victini and Greninja both have U-turn. And I'm really liking how strong my core is going right now. And went ahead and with the next pick that I I went ahead and solidified that a little bit more. And went out and I got Dragonite, a bulky dragon type with the Marvel scale to have all the attacks. You can run Dragonite many different ways. It's got great coverage. It's got E-Speed. Got Thunder. It's got Hurricane. I mean, it's got everything you really need. The Dragon type. 14 points. This was a point-based draft, so it was worth 14 points, the same as Greninja, and I couldn't pass up on it. This was actually the first real pick that I had that was not that I really needed help with and was really confused whether I should get it now, whether I should try to wait on it. But I went ahead and scooped it up with the fourth pick. Just another turn mon. Actually, I don't think it gets turned on. Think about that. Let me look that up. It would help if I know my team before I do these, but eh. So, Dragonite. Oh, it does get the elemental punches as well. I was talking about its coverage. It gets all the elemental punches, rock slide, all kinds of blizzard, earthquake. Like it's just really good, really really solid. I think it's going to be a big pickup for me this season. Um, but no, I am not seeing U-turn on it. Look at it. So I guess it doesn't get turned, but it does get so much other coverage moves that it really doesn't matter. It gets the fog, so it helps defog away some hazards. Not the best defogger, like you don't want it to run defog all the time, but just having that extra mon to carry defog is really going to be beneficial to the team. Uh, Next pick that I had is another Turner, another regenerator mon, and that is Mancha. Really wanted to pick up a fighting type in this right here. Mancha was worth 11 points. Base 105 speed, so it sits above the above Victini. It really helps with things above Victini. U-turn, close combat, regenerator. You don't really need much else. A good fake out user, so I can come in, fake out, turn back out. With its speed, natural speed, it's going to be very beneficial to have that kind of stuff on it. And overall, just a really solid mon. Really like where I got it for. And like I said, I'm really building this little turn core that I've got going. 2 regenerator mons, 3 U-turners, then Dragonite there just to bulk hits and hit hard back. So really liking where I'm going with this. Now went ahead. I saw a few weaknesses that I needed to patch up, and I went ahead and patched it up with a Galvantula pick here. Galvantula, another Turner, gets Volt Switch, and this pick actually opened up a whole new realm of possibilities for me for the end of my draft. So like, as I'm going through my draft, I not really making plans, pick by pick by pick. I'm really just kind of letting the plans fall up to this point. So like, the core 3 I had planned pre-draft, and then these next 3 I kind of picked, not necessarily on the fly, but like as the plans started to develop. And Galvantula just opened up a whole new world to me that I wasn't expecting, and it opened up the world of webs. So now I have a great sticky web user with 108 speed. It sits above the Mian Shell, makes my team a little fast, but I already have the Tangrowth at 50. I pick up a few other things that are on the slower side. Dragonite's at 80, so that really helps there too. I mean, I know I'm building this fast team, but now all of a sudden I have a fast team and I can slow down other teams as well. So, like, there's a few mons that Victini doesn't want to deal with. If they get trapped under webs, there's a huge bonus for us. The bug typing helps in situations where, like, I'm a little weak to dark. I mean, yeah, I have Mancha, but Mancha's not going to be doing too much. Mancha's there more for turning. Um, a little weak to flying types at that point, so I wanted to get a flying Mon to kind of resist the flying types, and didn't want to get hit by bird spam too much. And so I was really happy to get the Galvantula pick. It sat at 9 points, and really, I think, rounded out the top half of this draft a little bit, and really opened up the bottom half of this draft for me to take some low tier stuff and really utilize it to the best of my abilities. And I started really low tier because a big problem with this team, yes, I have Tangrowth, and yes, I have Mancha, but a big problem with this team is a lot of it's going to revolve, so far as it's going to revolve around turn and Volt Switch and staying healthy. And I don't need to be running boots constantly on a couple of mons to keep them healthy. So I went out and I got a Wish Passer and Autono. I was looking at Mega Autono for this pick. It got sniped like 4 or 5 picks before I could take it. So I settled for regular Autono. It's not a big deal. It does not give me the fairy typing that Mega Autono would have, but it does give me the normal typing, so it gives me some ghost immunity, and really gives me a good solid Wish Passer. About all this mon really does is Wish and Healing Wish. Hits okay, but it's designed to be very bulky. Designed to be very bulky. Lefties. It was worth 5 points. So base tier 50. So again, helps slow me down a little bit. Keeps me away from Trick Room teams. Keeps Trick Room teams scared to run Trick Room against me. And I really liked where I went with this pick. And then the next pick, I went again bulky, and another mon that could really benefit a little bit from webs, and that's Rydon. Not Rhyperior, Rydon, the Rye God. Reliable rocker, got some good weaknesses. Really helps this team out as a defensive mon, as an Eviolite user. The only Eviolite user I drafted, so I don't have to worry about having to compete with other Eviolite users for it. Really helps with any fire types that I might be looking to face. And there's still some pretty strong fire types. I think I got the best one. Maybe Infernape's a little bit better. But yeah, so Rydon the Rye God is out here. He's really going to help us be beneficial to this team. And then moving on, I got my Web Abuser, and that's Megahair Cross. So like I said, Mega Autono was my first Mega pick I was going for. It got sniped, and so I went back and I went ahead and got Megahair Cross. Megahair Cross is huge. Skill Link allows those moves like Pin Missile, Rock Blast. I don't think it gets Arm Thrust, but that would count too. What's the other one that it gets? Bullet Seed. Bullet Seed all hit 5 times, meaning I guarantee to max out my damage input with those moves. Bug Fighting, great combination. Massive attack stat, 145 if I'm not mistaken, base attack stat. Maybe even higher than that. Let me actually look that one up too. I mean, this thing just hits like a truck. Very weak to the flying types, but I got a Galvantula, I've got a Rydon, I've got a Dragonite that resists them. I got a Victini with coverage. 185. I'm sorry, 185 base attack stat for Megahair Cross. So really excited to have this mon on the team. Really looking forward to getting it and using it and letting it use the webs there. Use bulk up setup. Use sword stance stub. I mean, I can use a lot of things and really just go ham with this thing. The next mon that I got, very utility mon, and that was Clef Key. Kind of a steel fairy combo there. I don't like having my Dragon Fairy Steel Core. I don't like it having the same typing in one mon. Like I don't like having a Dragon Fairy like Altaria or something. I prefer to have 3 mons, 1 dragon, 1 steel, and 1 fairy. But Clef Key is an exception here. Clef Key is gonna round out that Dragon Fairy Steel Core really well. Gets screens, gets defog, which was huge. It gets Prankster, so Prankster defog, Prankster light screen, Prankster reflect. I think it will be really beneficial as I'm trying to get webs up to bring in Clef Key, set up some screens so that things like Galvantula can switch in and set up the web, so that things like Hair Cross can switch in more safely, and it allows me to really just kind of build that core there. And now as I'm looking, I really want a little bit more removal. I was looking at Tentacruel, but it was actually ended up trying to draft Tentacruel, but miscounted my points. It was actually 1.2 more than I had. There wasn't a whole lot of decent removal left. I was trying to look at ways to trade out mons on this team to get some removal. I wasn't really seeing anything that I really wanted to trade. Really happy with the team. So instead of going for removal, I went for, I guess, anti-removal. I got a spin blocker. My spin blocker is Greninja, however you want to say this mon's name. Really, really hard name to say. But that's what I went with. I went with the Rune Man. A ghost ground type, so it provides me with electric weakness, fighting weakness, normal weakness, or sorry, immunities. Electric immunity, fighting immunity, and normal immunity. So that's really beneficial in most ways. And then like it helps with spin block, so spinners can't just come in and spin away webs and spin away rocks. And I've got Clef Key has toxic spikes. Greninja has spikes and toxic spikes. I think Tangrowth gets Leech Seed. So like, there's a lot of things there that maybe they'll try to spin mons in to spin, and Greninja really helps with preventing mons from spinning, and it actually rounds out that anti-Trick Room core as dropping down to 35 base speed. Really is going to deter a lot of Trick Rooms. I can bring it against a team that might run Trick Room. Didn't really see too many people grab like a Trick Room style team, but I can bring it in against the Trick Room team and really slow that Trick Room team down and throw a wrench in their plans. Excuse me. But yeah, so that's the squad we're running with this season. That's the Boston Celebis. Really excited to use this squad. A lot of great power. It's a little bit more on the offensive side than traditional, but I'm all for it. I'm all for the Volt turn here that I've got. I know I've only got 1 Volt Switch user, but lots of U-turn options, lots of options for getting in and out. A couple Baton Pass users in there as well. So yeah, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Week 1 is going up Friday. Team Builder Friday, Match Saturday. I'm going to try to keep that kind of schedule rolling. I'm a little bit late posting this. I was going to try to post it Saturday, and I just didn't get the video set up in time. Got real busy at the end of the week. So yeah, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.